set teachers and I want to start a writing business. So let me just jump into what I know, which is writing curriculum. And so I did that for a while. And that really like got the tongue wet in terms of writing like passages and things for children. And so when I had Talani in 2015, I was reading picture book after picture book after picture book and reading so many books with her. We stayed in the library. And so, I was just like, there aren't enough books that represent who we are. Like we are at a microcosmic level, like as a family, but also we as like our people, our history. And so it was really after I had Talani, which was years after, college graduation and all that and working and all that, that I was just like, you know what? Like, I want to publish books. And of course, I had no idea what to do. Like, I had no idea what to do. Instagram had just taken off. I literally got on Instagram and put a post up that said, hey, is there anyone out here that wants to learn about how to publish a book with me? There were about 15 people that answered, but then only one person got on a call with me.
Okay.
The one person that got on a call with me, we would get up really, really early in the morning, at like 3-4 o'clock. We would hop on the calls and we would just go dig in for research. We picked up books from the library about how to publish, how to get into journalism. And so we were both kind of just learning together, like how to do it.
Wow.
And then I joined this program called the 12 by 12 because I was a bit more interested in publishing picture books and books for children than I was like, okay, I'm doing freelance journalism. That's cool, but I want to do books. And so I joined the 12 by 12, which is it's a challenge where authors in 12 months, they write 12 picture book draft manuscripts.
Wow.
And so I did it. I did that. I wrote 12 drafts. And so that's how I learned. And I went back and did a second year of that after 2018. And 2018 is when I first learned about the 688. So we'll get into that later.
We can go on ahead and segue into that. So when did you publish your first book, your very first book?
My very first book wasn't published until 2022.
Wow.
Yes. So
what's the name of it?
It's My Hair, My Crown. That's my first published book on my own. Now I think I wrote 2 chapters and a couple of books. So in 2018, I was watching the CBS Morning News with Talani on my lap. And I saw the ceremony of them honoring the 5 women of the 688.
Yes. President Obama and First Lady?
Yes.
Obama? Oh.
Yes. And then the presentation at Fort Leavenworth with the sculpture, I looked up the artist and I was like fascinated because I was like, this needs to be everywhere. Like, I don't know why people are not talking about this. I did not know this in my studies, studying, I do love history, but I'm like, I never even knew that this, happened or this historical event happened. And so, shame on us, education system. Pat, pat. But so I saw the story and then began to, go down a rabbit hole of research. And I was looking for a picture book, like a book for young readers that could grow, with Talani, that I could read to her and that she could learn about on her own. And I couldn't find it. I couldn't find a single one. I had done the 12 by 12 before, and then I was in it for a second time. And I was like, you know what? Like, and then I had a dream. I had a dream about these women. I had a dream about these women that I was standing right next to the podium that they were getting celebrated at. I was standing next to the podium, next to the monument, and I had books in my hand.
Oh my God. Wow.
I kid you not. I had books in my hand and there was a line of people waiting for me with the books in my hand.
Wow.
And so after I had that dream, I was like, you know what? I talked to Tosin. I was like, I got to move. Like, I got to move on this. Like this, I have to move. I'm in 12 by 12. We're doing another 12 drafts. This is one of the drafts that I'm going to write. So that was about it was like 2019, early 2019, maybe late 2018 or early 2019. I can't remember. It's all a blur because Talani was little. But so around that time, like I wrote the draft. I put it away because I was still learning about the business of publishing. I didn't have an agent at the time. I was trying to get an agent. I was querying with a different manuscript. I was querying with the first picture book that I actually wrote, Locks Not Dreads. I was querying that manuscript around.
Okay.
And so I had, gotten rejected like upward of 70 times.
Part of the process, isn't it?
Yes,
Rejection.
rejection is a deep part of the process.
Okay.
And so, and I get rejected all the time. People think because I have like books out and stuff that like everything's a yes, but like I get so many no's, it's not even funny.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so, so I, had been querying and I was unsuccessful, but then 2020 happened. I got an agent. Someone, wanted Locks Not Dreads. So I signed with my agent in 2020.
Wow.
So when I signed with her, the 688 was also one of the drafts that, we looked at. I told her I wasn't ready for it yet because it needed some editing and all of that. So we went back and we edited it and revised and did a lot of, this book also had nearly 70 revisions, like 70
Woo!
revisions of this story. So we revised it and we went out on submission, and an editor accepted the story in 2021.
Okay.
In 2021, and I was in the hospital recovering from a stroke after having tummy tayo when I got the call that said that they wanted the book.
Wow.
So yes.
Girl.
So yes, we can get all into the spiritual of all of that, because I thought it was going to be a no because it had gotten down to this one last editor in the list that was sent. I'd gotten all rejections.
Wow.
And I was in the hospital. Like I was not functional. My agent, called Tosin and said, "Hey, HarperCollins wants the book.